Hey, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Doug with News and Views by Doug. So, want to say thank you for watching this podcast. And basically, what I talk about for all the newcomers is world events, my opinions, my observations. I sometimes talk about politics and pretty much anything else I want to talk about. So, some people have left some nice comments and given me suggestions on how I should improve these videos. And one of the things that comes up is my background. And, they want me to put in some kind of AI background or, make it look nicer. And I appreciate it, folks, but this is not a professional, production. I'm not making any money from this. And this is, my simple studio, and I try to be a simple person. I also do have another show that I do on watch collecting, hence the watches on the wall. But basically, I'm just, you know, doing something. I'm a semi-retired freelance photojournalist that was covering breaking news here in Southern California. And I retired, a year ago in June, semi-retired. I still occasionally will cover a story if it's nearby. And basically, I just wanted something to do, and I thought, I've got plenty of opinions. Maybe someone would like to hear them, maybe not. So, anyways, as for this not being a professional production, sorry, it's not. And there's no script. You see where I screw up all the time when I'm trying to speak. Sometimes there's words I can't say, or I just screw it up. So, anyways, long story short, I just hope you enjoy what I'm doing. Hope you'll subscribe, hit the like button, and leave comments. Give me your opinion. So, there really isn't any news coming out of the Persian Gulf right now, except that Israel has been hit again with Iran missiles flying at them, and hopefully Israel's shooting them down and saving anybody from being hurt. And as for all the crap that happened the last couple of days, there's no news coming out of the Persian Gulf that Iran's firing on the United Arab Emirates or anyone else, or the U.S. naval ships. But hey, there's always tomorrow. Iran keeps breaking this ceasefire, and the U.S. keeps attacking them back. But we keep saying there's still a ceasefire in effect. So since I just said that I'm semi-retired, I now spend a lot of time watching old TV shows, either ones that I really enjoyed over the years, like Blue Bloods, and I'll rewatch all the episodes. But I'm also watching television shows that I had never watched before. And one of them that I find really interesting is The West Wing. I believe it was an ABC production, and it was on for 7 years, 7 seasons. And it follows a Democratic president by the name of Bartlett, and it's Martin Sheen. And it's his two tenured presidential adventure. And I just find it so interesting. I mean, it's actually a really good show. I never watched it when it was first out, and I probably just didn't have time. I was working all the time. But now I'm sitting here watching it, and it's, show after show. And it actually is really good, at least in my opinion. But the thing I find most interesting is this show ran from the year 1999 until the year 2006. And in the show, they have episodes concerning things that are happening today. So this crap that we're experiencing today in the Middle East and elsewhere, it was happening back then in the early 2000s. It's now 2026. And I'm watching episodes of events that, from 1999 to 2006, and the same thing is still happening. Nothing changes. And I hope that this current incident that's going on with Iran, I hope it comes to an end soon, and I hope the Iranian people will be free of the IRGC and the Ayatollahs, and they'll get their freedom back. But the show shows us dealing with Iran and nuclear weapons. There was even one episode where 2 U.S. pilots were shot down over North Korea, and they had to send pretty sure it was special forces. I don't know if it was SEAL team, but they sent the special ops guys in to rescue the 2 American pilots. I was thinking, that just happened in Iran. It's like, wow. And they talk about the different politics going on, whether it's, the U.S. politics or world events. And I just found it so damn interesting that it's still happening today in the year 2026. And the other thing that came to a realization is, there's always going to be division between the Democrats and the Republicans. They just have 2 different ideologies. But the thing that really struck me weird is how much the Democratic Party has changed. I truly believe at one point they were patriotic Americans. You had Roosevelt and Truman, and you had all, Kennedy. They were patriotic Americans. I mean, they had their own agendas and they did things that I probably would not have agreed with now. But they weren't anti-America. Now I see the Democratic Party as the Democratic Socialist Party on the edge of communism. And there's not a damn thing any of these Democratic candidates or representatives can do right. And I also noticed similarities, from time to time. Here it is. President Trump is trying to build a new East Wing. And he did it with authorization from Congress because, honestly, he didn't need it. And he was building it with private money. It was going to be a giant ballroom, dining room to host international events. And the Democrats got all upset, saying he can't do this. Did you know that FDR built a new Oval Office in 1939? He didn't go to Congress. He ordered it as the President of the United States to build an Oval Office. And it became the President's office. And the reason they did it was for more natural lighting, for better access to the political staff inside the White House, and make it larger because the old one wasn't that good. Plus, it also caught fire back in the early 1900s, and there was some damage to it. But, it doesn't seem like anyone condemned FDR for doing it. But as soon as, Trump wanted to do it, all hell broke loose. It just amazes me. They're now jumping on Trump for weaponizing the Department of Justice, but they didn't do it when Biden and Obama weaponized the DOJ to go after Trump. So it's like, what's good for one should be good for the other. But it's never that way. It's like, how dare you do this to us? Well, folks, is it ever going to get better? I just finished my voting for the new California governor and lieutenant governor and some of the other offices. There was a bunch of judges on there that weren't running against anybody, and I won't vote for someone who runs unopposed. And I normally don't vote for the judges anyways, just the politicians. So anyways, I'm going to run off and go mail this, and hopefully my vote gets counted, and there's no cheating involved. We know the Supreme Court just killed a bunch of the redistricting around the country. And we're going to see if California's redistricting, see, I can't even talk, that it will hold, hopefully will not change. I'm sorry. See, again, I'm not scripted. I'm against what the Democrats did to redistrict California to make this more Democrats in the state. If you look at California, most of the counties in California are red. But you go to the 3-4 major cities, in California, and it's blue. Never used to be that way, but they all moved in and they've taken over. So anyways, folks, sorry that I can't speak. I hope you have a great day. If you have a different opinion or any comments, please leave them. I'd like to know what your opinion is. You folks take care. Be safe.